Hello and welcome to my vlog number 75, 3/4 of a century. As you can see, it's another garden vlog, probably the last of the year, but the pool has sadly been put away into storage next year. Now, on with the vlog. I got hit with the Windows update that screws up dual boot systems on my laptop. Thankfully the fix is relatively easy to apply, but seriously, log off Microsoft, it's my computer, not yours. I only boot into Windows to update it recently because I have very little that actually requires it, and what does can be done in a virtual machine. Maybe my next laptop will be only Linux because the thought of the privacy issues of Windows 11 makes me shudder. The more Microsoft try to take over how to use a computer makes me more glad than ever that I made the switch to Linux many years ago. I noticed something with the new capture card when playing Robotron. It was corrupting on the bit after entering a high score. Then I tried something different to OBS and that was fine, but I noticed it was using a lower resolution and motion JPEG. I changed that to the same settings as OBS and got the same results then. Then I had the idea to change the resolution from 1920 by 1080 to 1280 by 720, and boy what a difference that made. And to be brutally honest, that's plenty for anything I throw at it, so I've been rejigging my settings for this resolution. So much better for higher frame rates too. I'm still streaming at 1080p because I have other stuff on the screen too, but the capture is now set to a much smoother 720p. Last week I decided to clean up and detangle behind my computer desk. Boy what a task and a half that turned out to be. I knew there would be some cat mess under there, but that wasn't as bad as I was expecting. But detangling the cables turned out to be worse than I expected. Mainly because I was working on a cable or two at a time rather than pulling a lot out, and it was very tight for space. Then, once I got it all clean and back in place, my computer had some very annoying audio issues. Loss of the default device was the main problem. Turned out to be a schoolboy error. I plugged the front speaker cable into the side speaker socket, so as far as the computer was concerned, it wasn't plugged in. Anyway, that was then all sorted, back to being fully up and running as it should be. Except the mic kept disconnecting. And it kept rerouting my line in from my mic and giving me feedback. So I actually changed the slots in the USB hub, and that's worked fine by the look of it. I think I need a new USB hub, to be honest. That's 2 sockets now, that's a little bit dodgy. One of them is completely dead. Anyway, to be fair, I did a lot of tidying and cleaning out our kitchen last week, including the tops of the cupboards, which hadn't been done in quite a long while. What goes up there generally stays to stay up there. But now it's all clean, and a lot of stuff we no longer need has been disposed. What else was up there has been cleaned and put back. Now, I've had 2 books I backed on Kickstarter a while back delivered since the last vlog. This was the first, C64 Nightmares, which has been signed by Andrew Fisher. And this is the second, the Craft Gold Story. Now, this is in a nice little box. Here's the thing, here's the book, and this has also been signed by Andrew Braybrook and Steve Turner. So, now this one, put this back away, keep it tidy. This one also came with a couple of pin badges. I did pay for them, but it was worth it. And here they are, both Iridium pin badges. Lovely. When they were shipped in the protective bag, they did come in little mini bags to stop them being scratched in transit. So, on with the next bit. Now, I like the MainMeister High Score Kerfuffle, which is one of the competitions I take part in. That was originally started by MainMeister, Alan Stewart, and taken on by London Retro Video Games, Lewis, and has been run well for the last few years. Lewis has done a cracking job with this, but is debating whether to continue, so I've offered to take over from next season. I enjoy it because it gives me a task on a specific game and gives me something to stream regularly. Now, given I've had some time off, and I've had the time to spare for a change, I decided to create a website for the competition, showing results, tables, etc. And I wanted to pull the data from a Google Sheet on the fly to display. So set about using some PHP code that I wrote for the Skittles team some time ago, and CSS which was written by a friend on the same site who could do that sort of thing for this, but I needed to work out exactly what was going on, exactly what it was doing, and to edit and add bits to make it all fit on the site. With this and the extra PHP code, I ended up giving myself a headache. Pulling the data was easy. I didn't have too much trouble with the PHP, but the CSS was another matter entirely. The biggest problem was rotating the game name text to fit a column into the table. It would rotate things and widen it, and it had me virtually hitting my head against the desk for ages, and searching came up with no solution. Until it did. I eventually found out how to do it. And while I was doing this, I learned quite a bit about simple case CSS and went on about the rest relatively quickly and with far less head banging. The table now looks tidy. The links in the table and the sidebar don't show underline, or if visited, they don't change colour. But do change colour when hovered over. They go from blue to red or black to red. It keeps the previous colour. It doesn't show that they're a link as per colour. Something else I discovered for CSS. And I also put the site description text into a box so it's easy to read over the arcade background. In the end, I'm really pleased with the results. I'll probably still do some tweaking and adding stuff, but there's plenty of time as the next season won't start till early next year. Stuff to add will be a list of games played and a page showing a video of the current random selection. Maybe more, but I'm open to feedback and suggestions on that one, so any ideas, let me know, and if feasible, I'll include them. I don't want to make it overcomplicated, but I do want it to be a useful resource for competition players. I do have some plans to change a few things, but not much. Lewis has done a cracking job on why change a formula that works. More about plans closer to the time. But yeah, I'll put those out there and we'll see how that goes. Now, I keep saying no between sections. It breaks things up, doesn't it? I'm going to do shout-outs a bit differently from now on. Instead of a list of friends' channels that most people watching already subscribe to anyway, I'm going to mention people who have commented on my videos for the last 3 weeks, including my retro channel. This could get messy, but let's see how it goes. Okay, let's do this. I'd like to thank John Avery for commenting on my last vlog and pointing out the audio issues. Hopefully I have them fixed by now. Please let me know. Thanks to Jambon for talking about my tight O-ring on my last vlog. Thanks to Colin Thompson for commenting on my vlog, Buggy Boy, Luftrousers and Wacko videos. Thanks to Mark Blaster for commenting on my Battle Garega and Willow videos. Thanks to Lucas Rainbow for also commenting on my Battle Garega and Willow videos for the Tubers High Score Challenge. Thanks to Pirate Daz for commenting on my Battle Garega video. Thanks to Big Juffer for commenting on my Battle Garega video. Variety is the spice of life, my friend. Shoot 'em ups is not the only game out there. Thanks to Watto Snorkers for commenting on my Cycle video and my Luftrousers video. Thanks also to Nicholas Wilson for commenting on my Luftrousers and Willow videos. Thanks to Blue Yak for commenting on my Luftrousers video. Thanks to Roberts Retro Gaming for commenting on my Mainmeister response video. Thanks to Down the Rabbit Hole for commenting on my Mainmeister response and Wacko video. Thanks to Lord Evil for the Mainmeister response video comments. Thanks to Steve's Gaming for his comment on my Super Locomotive video and my Luftrousers video. Thanks to R2 the Cat for commenting on my Wacko and Willow videos. And thanks to A Can of Beans for commenting on my Wacko and Bad Jude videos. And finally, thanks to user CK3FV2BE9X for the advice on Dragon's Lair on MAME. Also thanks to Google Translate because it wasn't in English. Daphne still beats MAME for this game on so many points though. You've got the graphics, which is using Laserdisc or upscaled MPEG on Daphne. So yeah, Daphne's pretty much a no-brainer really. MAME is a good demonstrator, but Daphne's a no-brainer. Oh, just finished with my usual acknowledgement of the troubles in Ukraine and the Middle East, with my hope of a peaceful end to the wars. And I'll catch you again in 3 weeks. It'll be a late upload because I'll be recording it from Blackpool and editing it when I get home. But hopefully that'll be on the Monday evening. Play Blackpool, next long weekend in 3 weeks. Looking forward to that. Until then, stay safe. Stay safe. Stay safe. I'm keeping this one in. Until then, stay safe and have fun. Ta-ra now.